What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Manbitesfilm, episode 52. I'm gonna start saying that.
52. You said that 52. Last week.
I did.
Yeah.
Just to keep it, kind of concise, so we can, so you don't go crazy trying to know what number it is, and I don't go crazy. I'm just dumb and weird and OCD, baby. Yeah. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Brandon. Joining me is the regular God damn it.
And we're already not Englishing today.
Crew. My cousin Lewis.
Hey.
And of course, my man, William Phoenix.
How's everybody doing today? It's going to be one of them shows. Strap in, hold on, and here we go. Speaking of here we go, 2 days ago, they dropped the official or the second trailer for Joker.
You just shit on my intro. As always, we are a weekly movie podcast. We'll get back to that in a second, William. We are a weekly movie podcast where we talk about movie news or what's coming to streaming websites. We review one movie together, and then at the end we have our individual reviews, and we have a new segment called the Movie Bucket List. All right, so back to the Joker trailer, the official trailer.
Dude, that Joker trailer, I told you from the images that we saw last week and we discussed last week, it is exactly what I expected. This is
cautiously optimistic.
This looks like Taxi Driver meets like Marvel Dark Universe, and I'm like, ooh, this is gonna. I mean, not Marvel, DC Dark Universe, and I was like, ooh, this is gonna be interesting. I'm excited to see it, and I will not watch another trailer from here on out because this trailer, boys and girls, if you haven't seen it, this will spoil some stuff. It is
like what? He turns into the Joker?
No, it seems like there's going to be some plot lines spoiled in this and surprises.
So, are we going to see Batman in this movie?
No,
I don't think so.
Probably not. No, I'm cautiously optimistic. The main reason is the director. The director is the guy that did the Hangover trilogy, Starsky and Hutch, and all that other good jazz. So, I don't know. I'm sure that Joaquin Phoenix will do a good job. I'm just scared of the Joaquin. I gotta get that Joaquin in. I'm just scared not about his performance, but the movie around him. That's what I'm more afraid of.
Hey, at least it's not Jared Leto. We good.
Yeah, no, you're very right. Jared Leto's that needs to be literally shot out back, put in a box, and never seen ever again.
Yes,
and yet they've already shown that he's going to at least appear in
Suicide Squad 2?
Suicide Squad. No.
The Birds of Prey. Yeah, but Harley's not coming out. What?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
she's not. She said that she Bobby. Oh goddamn it! What's her name?
Margot Robbie.
Yes, she actually said that she doesn't come out in Bird of Prey.
She's part of the team.
She's the first one to sign on.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I don't know. Okay. So the team, if I'm not mistaken, is Batgirl, Huntress, Harley, and I think somebody else. Black Canary, I think, is part of it too.
Probably.
Yeah. So I don't know. Who knows? Maybe because of scheduling.
I didn't read the article or anything, but I saw like the headline and I read a little bit of the beginning, and it said that she wasn't in it. And I was like, huh?
Also, you guys, like you and like other people that I know, post like articles like you know on Facebook or whatnot about a movie, and I'm like, I don't even know that website. How do you even know that that's a reputable source for anything? You know.
Well, this was what was the website that I went through? It was Screen Rant.
Okay, that's fine. But like, I've seen people post or share something on Facebook, and I'm like,
it's not clickbait, you know.
Yeah, there's somewhere I'm like, I've never even heard of that website, so I'll take it as a grain of salt what they're saying because it might not be true.
Yeah.
So whatever.
100%. So instead of doing other movie news this week, since we're on the cusp of the summer season already for films, I am really excited to go over some of the movies that are coming out this
We're
summer.
copping a feel on summer right now. It's happening.
Oh, yeah.
We're almost there.
So,
we're almost there.
the first major release, and these are only summer blockbusters, quote unquote, that are coming up and that we'll be talking about. And the first one that's coming up that's a real blockbuster is Godzilla King of the Monsters, May 31st. Oh, this is going to be good.
Did you guys like the... We were talking about this prior to recording. Do you guys like the Bryan Cranston Godzilla?
I love it. I love it.
I very much liked it. I did not like the fact that they sold it as a Bryan Cranston movie, and then he died like 20 minutes into the damn movie. I thought was kind of like a.
I
understand the marketing.
It was
side.
a bait and switch.
I mean, like, come on, man.
But this one has Mothra, Rodan, and King Ghidorah, whatever
Ghidorah.
Yeah, there you go. That.
Yeah, so that was my main gripe with the Bryan Cranston movie is that, I was like, where are the other monsters? Well, guess what? We're getting a lot of them in this movie, and I'm super happy and excited.
Yeah. It looks like it's going to just be a freaking monster fest, and I am super excited. This is probably the next movie after Token that I'll be watching in theaters, and yes, I am.
The only thing the only thing that I'm like, hopefully they show, or maybe they haven't shown the trailers, and he's still in the movies like Mecha Godzilla. That'd be super cool, but probably not.
They've been hinting at it.
Nut.
They hinted at it in the trailer.
What do we want more? Do we want Mega Godzilla or do we want King Kong?
Oh, I want them to lead up to.
No, King Kong is gonna. They're gonna get their own movie. I want Mecha Godzilla. I want two Godzillas fighting each other. One of them is like half robot.
Yes.
Oh my god! I bust a nut. I swear to God.
Yes, seriously.
Have you guys seen? Seriously. Speaking of Godzilla, I haven't seen it. Have you guys seen Shin Godzilla? It's like the last like Toho one that came out.
Yes.
Is it good?
Yes, it is. I'm actually going to be putting that up on my Voodoo account in a few days.
Fucking perfect. Perfect.
Yeah. Next movie that's coming out the same day as Godzilla is going to be Rocket Man, directed by Bryan Singer, which this is going to be interesting. I want to see this.
I saw a trailer, so this past week I saw Captain Marvel, and they showed a trailer for Rocket Man, and I like how he's portraying him. What's his name again? Jesus, let me find it.
Dexter Fletcher.
No, the guy from Jesus.
Taron Egerton.
Yeah, there you go. Him. I like his performance, or what I've seen in the trailers of his performance of Elton John. It looks good.
And he does his own singing, which is pretty incredible. I want to hear how that sounds.
Okay, man.
Yeah, and then June 7th, Dark Phoenix comes out, which I am super excited about, with Sophia Turner. That's going to be interesting.
Sophia Turner.
Speaking of which, I just got to see her a couple of days ago in person.
What?
I got to see her a couple of days ago in person.
Oh, really? Where?
They had the red carpet premiere of Game of Thrones in New York.
Oh, okay.
At Rockefeller Center. So it was a who's who of characters, whether they were alive or dead, and she was one of them. Arya Stark was another. Jason Momoa showed up. Obviously, Kit was there.
Oh, did you guys hear about? Sorry to interrupt you. I don't remember if this was last week or like if this had already popped up by the time that we recorded our last episode. But did you guys hear? Oh my God, what's the chick's name that plays Daenerys? I forgot her name. I'm sorry, I'm blanking at the moment.
I can't remember her name, but yeah, we know who you're talking about.
Okay, she came out and said,
knows who Daenerys is.
Yeah. So she came out and said that she literally died twice during filming of Game of Thrones because of a brain aneurysm.
Yep.
Jesus.
Uh-huh.
I was like, whoa! Like one was at the end of season 1 that she literally like had a headache. She couldn't remember words and stuff like that. And then another time during like season 2 or 3, I think it was 3. But they had to like do like an emergency surgery, and they took the whatever it was, like I guess a tumor in her brain or whatever. But she's okay now. But I was like, whoa, that's insane.
Yeah, seriously.
Literally insane in the membrane.
Jesus, William.
Oh, come on, a 90s reference, and I get Jesus?
I'm kidding. No, I was saying
That was my
Jesus
first concert.
for being insensitive. Yeah, ass. No, I'm kidding. It's okay.
I saw them live in '95.
Cypress Hill?
Yep, that was my first concert.
Wow, that explains a lot.
Your parents really didn't love you, did they?
Oh, that wasn't them.
Wait, you went by choice?
Huh? Yeah, hell yeah. I loved them back in the day, dude.
No. I'm not saying. I just did you go alone?
No, my cousin took me.
Oh, David? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, Brendan, you were there?
No, man,
Mhm.
David. He had Lewis has this enigma of a cousin. I just say enigma because he never shows up. He has a life, of course. David, who is 7 years older than Lewis, so yeah,
Yeah, we're all 7 years apart.
we're all 7 years apart. Yeah, it's
It's
interesting.
weird.
Whatever.
Okay,
Um,
so going back, the next thing that's popping up is Men in Black International, June
Don't-
14th.
Don't give a shit about it.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm excited. Chris Hemsworth
Sorry.
and Tessa Thompson coming back. Yes.
I'll say this: Tessa Thompson is one of the most beautiful actresses in Hollywood.
Fuck yeah, she is.
She is,
Next
like her,
one, that these two movies are actually dropping on my birthday, which I'm very excited for. And both of them have to do with toys. Toy Story 4 and Child's Play with
Yes!
the
my
amazing
Fucking
actor
Hamill! Sorry.
doing the voice.
When I heard Mark Hamill was doing the voice of Chucky, I literally was like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
I
This is
lost
gonna
my
be amazing.
shit when I heard that. I was like, "Oh my god, yes, yes,
It's gonna be amazing.
yes." And this is
I
happening on
want
my
him
birthday.
to end up somehow holding a toy lightsaber and do the Joker's voice, and the movie will be complete.
Oh, you know that's gonna happen. You know that's gonna happen. Oh, that's just great.
God,
And then-
Honestly, DC, if you're listening, you're probably not, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Can you just give us a good animated Batman movie with Mark Hamill voicing the Joker and Kevin Conroy voicing Batman? That's all I want in my life. Please. Just please.
Hell yeah.
That's all I want.
Speaking of like what we want and like little reunions, I'm not reviewing it, but I did go through Dumbo.
I heard it's shite.
No, it's not.
It's okay. It's not what people expect it to be. Probably it's not like Disney Dumbo. It's like a different
it's
storyline.
dark.
But what I love about it is that both Michael Keaton and Danny DeVito are in it. And
Yep.
if you don't know why that's exciting, you've never seen Batman Returns.
Yep.
And shite on you.
Shite on you.
I don't
So,
know. I just saw a picture of Dumbo with like the clown face paint on, and he looks all
dude,
sad.
it was
and I'm
really,
like,
really good. Really good. It's very dark. It is Tim Burton-esque, but it's Tim Burton.
I could
care
less about Tim
It's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Tim Burton, not like...
No, it is not.
No. I don't mean like that it's, bad.
Crap.
Yeah, no. I mean that it's not dark like Corpse Bride or Edward Scissorhands kind of Tim Burton.
It has Edward
Honestly,
Scissorhands.
I'll say best Tim Burton movie is Coraline. Fuck off, everybody.
What?
No. Pee-wee's Big Adventure? Come on.
Shut up. Shut
Did
up.
you know? Okay,
Pee-wee's
I will
Big
admit
Adventure,
it
Mars
because I am an
Attacks.
adult.
Get the fuck out of here with that.
Mars Attacks is amazing. I will say that, but Coraline I think is his best movie. That's just my opinion. William, you were saying? I'm sorry.
I will say because I will take my licks. I just did not know. I was not aware that Pee Wee Herman was a Tim Burton movie.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Did
Yeah.
not know that.
Yes,
The
it
first
was.
one.
Admitting that.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
god, and Ed Wood? Come on.
One.
I don't care. Nothing you say will change my mind. Coraline is the best Tim Burton
Big
movie.
Fish.
Go on. Next on the
Okay, so June 28th, the amazing movie that all three of us are going to be very fucking excited about is Yesterday. Oh, the Beatles.
When's that
Yes.
coming out? Did they finally have a release?
June 28th. It will be in
So,
theaters.
Is this gonna have like a limited release? What's going
Yes,
on
it
with
is.
this?
It's a limited release right now. It starts off limited release, and then I think it's going nationwide after July.
Okay, so I might not be able to see it. William's for sure gonna be able to see it because he's in fucking New York and everything's in New York. So
You'll be able to see it. You will. Come on, get out of here. I'm the only one that's up in the air of whether I'll be able to watch it or not and limit it.
I don't know, man. Maybe. Yeah, you're right. Maybe I'll be able to watch in like one of these like
rinky-dink theaters.
Yeah, hole in the wall theaters like Gable Cinema or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see.
And then July 5th. July 4th weekend, basically, we are getting Spider-Man Far From Home.
Spider-Man! Spoilers. He's alive.
July...
What excites me? Well, no. What excites me about Spider-Man is
Jake Gyllenhaal.
I'm gonna be. Well, no, not that. No, not just that. But I'm gonna be taking a 2-week vacation, and because I'm gonna be in Italy.
Ooh.
If they have the same release date in Italy, I'm gonna go watch it in Italian because I want to hear what Tom Holland sounds like with an Italian voice.
Well, I thought in other countries, like, the movie's in English, but they just have subtitles in their language.
Yeah, they do.
It depends. No, some of them are subtitled, some of them are
dubbed, but dubbed is not going to be in, they're not going to be speaking the language to actual actors. They get other actors to play it.
I mean, I grew up in Europe, so yeah.
So why are you excited to hear him in?
Because I want to hear how, I want to see how in Italy they picture him sounding like, and they act in whatever actor they decided to
dub,
to hire, because you're like, oh, you sound how Spider-Man would sound if he were Italian or speaking Italian, so we're gonna go with you. And I got to hear this because right now I'm in reverse, because growing up I heard all this, all the great movies in Italian, in French, in German, whatever country we were living in. And then when I heard them in actual English, I'm going, oh my God, it just sounds so different. And then as I pay attention, you can see how the lips not always live up. Like they're not always, it's kind of like the old Japanese Godzilla movies.
Yes.
So it's been a long time since I've actually and anime doesn't count, since I've been able to
see like a live action movie like that.
Yeah, like an action movie exactly like that. So it'd be kind of like a childhood thing, especially given the fact that Italy's a childhood. So I'm looking forward to it. And then I'm gonna come back stateside and go watch it in American.
By the way, speaking of Tom Holland, the guy that plays Spooderman, did you guys hear what the Russo brothers, the directors of Avengers Endgame, did with him? So he is notorious.
They would only feed him the fucking lines. That's
he's notorious for spoiling things. I guess he can't keep his mouth shut, whatever. So the Russo brothers literally did not give him the script. They literally would tell him his lines. They'd be like, "You need to say this," and that's it.
They wouldn't even tell him who he was supposed to be talking to.
Exactly. It's fucking hilarious to me. I'm like, so spoilers, Spider-Man's in an Endgame. But I just found it funny that they were like, "Yeah, we're not giving you a script. Fuck this. We're just gonna tell you your lines, because if not, you'll spoil something of the movie." So
that's hilarious.
Yeah, it's just funny.
That is hilarious. So next movie that's coming up is the live action, not live action, completely animated movie, The Lion King, coming out on July 19th.
CGI.
It's animated.
All right, it is. Wait, Lion King comes out before Aladdin?
No, Aladdin comes out first.
I guess
about Aladdin.
You skipped that one, I guess, because you didn't mention Aladdin.
Too many Disney movies.
Sorry.
Moving on. Next one is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, July 26th.
Oh, I'm so ready for that movie, dude.
The 9th Tarantino film. And
the final one, question mark? Probably not.
Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
Okay. That man's going to be making movies till the day he dies.
Dude, seriously. Brad Pitt, Leo DiCaprio, Margot Robbie, Al Pacino, Damian Lewis, Bruce Dern, Luke Perry, Dakota Fanning, Tim Oliphant,
somebody's last
James Marsden. Oh, dude.
Wasn't this somebody's last role in a movie before they died? Wasn't Burt Reynolds or some shit in this movie? Somebody, dude.
Probably.
Somebody was in this. I swear to I swear to you, I read that somebody was
You
in this
swear?
movie. Yes. Someone was in this movie and they died while filming, or they had just finished filming their scenes and then they passed away. So I'm not sure if it was Burt Reynolds or somebody along those lines. Sorry, just
No idea.
random
But
thought.
anyways, yes, I'm very excited for this movie. I probably won't watch it in theaters, but I'm very excited for it.
Wait, what? You won't watch it in theaters?
No,
Why?
just because I don't really care to pay extra money for it. I mean, it's not a movie that I would go to watch in theaters. It's just
Did you see Hateful Eight in theaters?
yes, but I saw that in 70 millimeter. That's why.
Oh, okay. You saw it in the glorious 70 millimeter.
Yeah, that's a film that was shot for 70 millimeter, so I saw it in theaters. It's really not. It's okay watching it in a small screen. I'll watch it in a small screen.
Okay, Burt Reynolds is not in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, so it must have been someone else, or I'm just crazy. So you know
Probably
what?
the latter.
Probably the latter. Continue, Lewis.
So next one is August 2nd, Fast and the Furious, Hobbs and Shaw,
Don't
which
give a flying shit about that.
I'm
Yep.
kind of excited to watch this.
Nope, that's a Netflix movie right there. We'll be reviewing it in about 6 to 7 months. From now.
Yes.
It's gonna fucking tank anyway.
Probably.
Dude,
No,
you're
I
in
doubt it.
Okay, look. You're in a universe where everything's balls to the wall. You guys are doing crazy stunts, but then you're telling me that they're going up against a guy, Idris Elba's character, who is basically super fucking human. Get the hell out of here, dude. Get out of here, Fast and the Furious. What has happened to your franchise? What happened
I'm
to
just
I live
mad
a quarter life, my life a quarter mile at a time kind of shit? Now this man's a superhuman. Get out of here, dude. I'm done. I'm done. I can't do this to myself.
So the next one that I am very, very interested in, and I have been for the last year and a half because it's been in the damn can for almost 2 years, is The New Mutants. August 2nd is finally getting dropped. So this is actually the first horror Marvel movie, technically, that is actually going to be horror, not Venom. That was
actually
crap.
You're talking about what is it? What's the name of the movie again?
The New Mutants.
Reel that back. They actually do not have a release date for that movie.
Yeah, August 2nd.
No, they don't. Trust me.
Yes.
No, they don't. Macy Williams, the girl that plays Arya Stark in Game of Thrones, has literally said in interviews, "I have no idea what is going on with that movie."
Yeah.
Literally.
Because it's been in the can for the last year and a half.
No. They were supposedly gonna do reshoots. They still haven't done them, and she doesn't know when they're gonna happen. If they're gonna
IMDb
happen.
even has August 2nd as a release date.
Trust, bruv. Trust. Just saying. I read an interview with her, and she was like, someone asked her about that movie, and she was like, I don't know what's happening with that movie. She literally said, I don't know if that movie's ever going to come out. She said that they said that there are going to be reshoots, and that they have never gotten back to her about the reshoots. She doesn't know when they're going to happen, or if they're going to happen. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at least for now, it's August 2nd. And I've been waiting already a year and a half, and the stupid movie's been in the can. I'm excited to see this, and
I don't know. I feel like
Well,
they're...
you heard it here first, folks. Nobody still gives a fuck about New Mutants.
It's okay. Not that I don't give a fuck. I feel like probably the acquisition of Fox...
Oh, that did. Same
by
thing happened with
Disney.
Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, like screwed it up. Even worse than Dark Phoenix. Dark Phoenix, at least that has a release date. This one's kind of still up in the air, kind of in like some sort of like developmental hell. So God knows if that's gonna come out, but we'll see.
But yep, that's it. That's the
Okay.
last of the films.
I was like, did you die? Did you stroke out?
Are we not even touching Star Wars?
That's not summer.
What about Star Wars? Oh,
Uh.
well, we'll see what happens. Supposedly they leaked the poster. Did you guys see it?
No.
Speaking of Star Wars, someone leaked a poster. I think it was on either Reddit or Twitter, and immediately was taken down. And it looks pretty legit. I saw a picture of it. It looked pretty legit. We'll probably be getting a trailer or at least a teaser for Star Wars during Celebration, which I think is like next week or something like that.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm excited. I love Star Wars. I want to see what this final movie in their trilogy is gonna do. Let's see what J.J. Abrams does.
I'm not a big Star Wars fan, so
okay.
I could care less.
It's okay, bro. You're excited about a biopic of Token. It's fine.
Hell yeah! Yes, I am.
It's fine.
I already got my tickets. We got our tickets ready. I already got the day off, the day of, and the day before because fuck yeah. And
see, God, dude, like why? Like what?
Did you guys get your tickets for Endgame, by the way?
Huh?
Wait, what?
Did you guys get your tickets for Endgame?
No.
Don't
Like, I was talking about this before with you guys. Like, if people are going crazy, it's like, chill out, dude. The movie's gonna be there for a while. I know you want to see it on the first day. I want to see it on the first day too. But like, I'm not gonna go crazy trying to fight people in some like, cyber line to get fuck off, dude. I'll watch it when I can.
The reason for me, more than just like
spoilers,
I want to see it.
Is that it?
Is because we live like somebody somewhere is going to fucking spoil it, or
That's
the
true.
memes are gonna come flying out and ruin it. So I'd rather like see it, fight the crowds, and be surprised, and then not spoil it for my friends, than go in.
I'm not a big. I don't really care about spoilers that much. People could spoil movies. I still enjoy it.
Depends on the spoiler. If it's like huge, I'm like, I don't know about that. It kind of sucks. I'm like, fuck you, dude. That could have been like a great.
Spoil movies more than.
They do, but there's no context to it. So like maybe
yeah,
when
there
I see
is. Them... That's the problem. Is that there's too much context. At least a meme or something like that. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, but Endgame is different because like even the Russo brothers are like, yo, we put stuff in those trailers that like aren't even in the movie to throw you off. Like,
well, yeah, I get that, but I already know that what do you call it? Guardians are coming back. Spider-Man is coming back, and that's the only one I really gave a shit about.
We didn't know that because of the trailers. We knew that because they already last year were like, oh yeah, there's going to be a Phase 4 starting with, Spider-Man Far From Home, and it's like, okay, so
well then
he's coming back. There's going to be a Guardians 3. Well then. That shit, but whatever.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, it was so stupid. It's like if you're gonna make that such an interesting, like quote unquote point, don't tell people that the movie's coming out the next year. The people that died in the other movie, I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
That's why everybody was flipping their shit when Spider-Man died. I was like, I'm not crying because I know he's gonna come back. Who gives a shit?
I didn't flip my shit. I just I liked that scene more for like his performance of it.
Everybody was blowing their wad about the performances in Infinity War. I'm like,
Dude, it's okay. At the end of the day, you just don't like Marvel. It's fine. You don't like superhero movies in general, unless it's like The Dark Knight or the Christopher Nolan trilogy. It's fine. They're just
I like Dick Tracy.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Hey,
I'm gonna end this segment right there. Yeah,
no, I'm serious. I actually do love Dick Tracy.
Shut up. I like Flash Gordon, and I don't mean that like.
Hell yeah.
I do like Flash Gordon. All right, guys. Shut up.
Sorry.
All right. Stay tuned after this quick little break, and we're gonna come at you with our new segment, the movie bucket list.
Flash.
Gordon. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our new segment, the movie bucket list, where our man William has these posters, and he brings us one movie every week. Lewis and I don't know about the movie. We talk about it, and we say if it should or should not be on this list. So, William, what is the movie, buddy? Because it's a surprise.
It is surprise. I bring you good surprise this week.
Vodka.
We'll be the judge of that.
Vodka, bring.
I will tell you, you did not see that coming. Because, and I'm not just making fun of the Germans here. The movie I picked is a classic.
Okay.
I believe it belongs on this. And
blue? Did you just say you blue?
I blew my load because I was talking about Tolkien.
Hey, that was me.
We're talking about Tolkien. No. The movie I picked is Casablanca.
Ooh.
Really?
Ooh. I actually really like that movie.
Okay, so this movie, I think it's a good movie, but I think it's like one of those. It suffers from Gone with the Wind and Citizen Kane, that is just super overrated movies, and I just grew tired of watching them in film school. And it's like Citizen Kane. Fucking hate that movie. Hate that movie.
So funny as hell. We do a movie podcast, right? I've actually never seen Citizen Kane, and I don't care.
You're not missing anything.
I know. That's the reason why. But a lot of people would be like, "How dare you? You have a movie podcast and you've never seen Citizen Kane?"
People need to get the stick out of their ass.
Yeah, it doesn't really interest me. I've heard very not great things about Citizen Kane. But going back to Casablanca, I saw that in a film class during high school, as Lewis did, and I like that movie. It's slow, of course. I guess because of the times. But
No. There's a lot of really good fast movies in that time frame, and they're amazing.
Lewis?
This, not so much. Not so much. Best part of the goddamn movie is Humphrey Bogart. Everything else is shite.
I'm just going to cut you off right now because I would like to remind the audience that we're getting a rant about a movie being slow from a man whose one of their favorite movies is goddamn 2001: A Space Odyssey, and we all know how fast-paced that movie is.
Okay,
So,
there's fast-paced that is not interesting, which is Casablanca, and there's slow-paced that is very interesting, which is 2001.
I'm afraid I can't do that now.
Yeah, I'm afraid I can't do that, Dave. Casablanca, I agree with you. The best part of Casablanca is definitely Humphrey Bogart. And, here's looking at you, kid. Arguably one of the most famous lines in, like, film history. Yeah, right? That is from Casablanca. Because I was thinking of the scene from Gone with the Wind, Frankly Dear.
I don't give a
damn. Yeah, that one.
The other two pop culture lines that came out of Casablanca is, out of all the bars in all the world, she had to walk into mine.
True.
And then there is, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship, which is like the very last line of the movie.
And okay, so my biggest beef with this movie is that and maybe this is why I don't appreciate it as much, I got it overhyped as one of the best movies of all time.
I didn't.
And it was like, oh my god, this is amazing. This is one of the best movies. And then they played it for me. And then my next class, that same semester, they played it again. And then the semester afterwards, I got it played by professors 3 different times.
Well,
and
I understand that why.
With Citizen Kane. And it's like, oh my god, guys, this movie is so goddamn flawed. You've made me watch it 9 times. I could point out all the flaws now. And drove me nuts.
Honestly, a great movie that I saw in film class, Arsenic and Old Lace with Cary Grant. That's an amazing movie. Honestly, like, I think it should be on the list. Mind you, I've never seen other movies that are quote unquote as important or more important like Citizen Kane, but I like Casablanca. I think it deserves to be on the list. I think it's to see where film has come from, how much, I don't know, like, I think it's definitely a movie that you should show somebody that's into film at least once, and then you be the judge of if you like it or not. But I'll agree with William. It should be on the list because you said you think so, right, Will?
I believe so too, and also, at least you don't agree with the storyline. The way that it was shot was actually really good. I know you guys probably noticed, but if you don't know, towards like the final scene when they're at the airport,
yes,
the plane that you see in the background that makes it look like it's a life-size plane was actually a model airplane. And
I did not know that.
They had you did not know that?
I didn't know that. No.
So the plane's actually a model airplane, and to make it look like it's bigger than it really was, they actually had I don't know what the PC word is, and I apologize if this is the incorrect one, but they had short people or dwarfs
Little
stand
people.
around it. Little people stand around it to make it look like it was actually bigger than it really was.
Interesting. I did not know that.
And then we all know that the front of the plane ended up at Hollywood Studios at Disney in Florida. And the back of the plane ended up in Jungle Cruise in Magic Kingdom.
Cue the more you know. Sorry.
So, okay. So you guys both think that it belongs down there.
Yeah.
I do not. I think that if we're going to go with Humphrey Bogart and you want to watch a great movie by Humphrey Bogart, watch Treasure of the Sierra Madre or African Queen. Those two movies deserve much more praise than Casablanca. Much, much more.
All right.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. So that was the movie bucket list. A vote of 2-1. It should be on this list. And I guess we'll find out next week what the next movie on this list is. So stay tuned after this quick little break, and we're going to come at you live with our main review, the Barkley Marathons, the race that eats its young. Alright guys, welcome back for the main segment of our show. Sorry if you hear the dogs in the back. The main review.
The Barkley Marathon.
I thought you were saying barking as my dog. I'm like, what? The
Barkley Marathons.
Yes. I like the the race that eats its young.
Yes. I remember watching this documentary about 2 years ago, and I completely loved it. This is on my top 5 documentaries of all time.
Wow.
And yes, I love this documentary. And I just completely loved the character, the person that organized this race and keeps organizing it every year. He's such a sadistic fuck, and it is awesome.
He really is. I love how he's always smoking and he's just laughing at everybody. You dumbasses, what the hell are you doing here, you dumb bitch?
So let's boilerplate this shit. Go ahead, Brands.
So the Barkley Marathons is basically this like rinky-dink event held by this guy. I'm sorry, can't forget his name. The guy that Lewis and I were just talking about. And basically, he holds it once a year at the end of March or early April in Tennessee.
Which had just happened this last weekend.
Yes, and no one won. No one actually beat the race.
Yep.
Yeah, so basically you have to apply for the race, and if you get in, you have to go to Tennessee, of course. People apply from all over the world, and it's this crazy race that basically
130 miles in 60 hours.
Yeah, 60 hours, 130 miles. Basically, you have to do 5 laps, 5 circular maps around like this like mountainous area. The entire
which nobody knows anything about the map or anything until they get there, and there's no GPS allowed, so you have to literally draw on your own personal map and figure out the path.
Yeah,
and mind you,
the elevation, basically at the end of the race, if you do all 5 laps, it's basically climbing Mount Everest twice, which is insane. Most people don't finish it. It's a super grueling race. Most people, so if you finish the 3 out of the 5 laps, that's called the fun race, right? The fun race is what they call it. That's what most people do if they can. And then there's only been like at the time of
13.
this documentary, there was 13, right?
No, there's
11, I think.
11 at this point.
Yeah, and then
and now there's a total of 15.
Yeah, and I was actually reading up the winners. There's a guy that's beaten it 3 times. So
3 times.
In this documentary,
and he's one of the ones in this documentary.
Yeah, in this documentary, one of the guys that wins or beats the marathon is the first person to have done it twice, and then I guess this guy eventually beats it. Like another guy beats it 2 more times.
The one that beats it first is the one that did it twice, and he still holds the world record for fastest completion. Of the race,
dude.
And then the one that did it second actually has beaten it 3 times.
I don't know how people do that. Like that, watching the documentary, I'm like, this looks crazy. Like they don't sleep for the 60 hours, or if they do, it's like an hour.
60 hours, dude. 60 hours.
And it's like this grueling things. Like they basically have to go around this park, and they get a number every lap, and they have to go up to basically these checkpoints where there's a book, a novel, which it has this very satirical thing, like the human zoo is one of them.
Yeah.
It's like next to a jail, and they have to rip out the number, the page that corresponds to their number. And at the end of their lap, they have to have 11 pages, and they give it to the guy, and he basically makes sure that they basically went around to every
and then
book.
it's the funniest thing: the people that can't complete, not only do they have to do the walk of shame back to the grounds to say that they forfeit it, but they get the trumpet playing taps for them every time they come back,
Yeah.
which is awesome. It's just so good.
Let's not forget the poor sap that they know he's not going to complete it.
Yeah.
There's one guy that they pick that
Yes.
does not belong there. He does not belong anywhere near there, but they'll let him enter just because they know he's not going to make it. And it's like, oh.
He's going to make everybody feel better. He's the village idiot that everybody's going to make.
I feel bad. I feel bad for him. Or like anybody that like has done this crazy grueling marathon or attempted to, and they, halfway through they can't do it anymore. And like everyone at the start is like, this guy's like laughing at them. I'm like, damn, dude, like these people just like went through hell. Like, and you're just like, like just laughing in their face, like, you asshole.
Oh, and that's the other thing. They get a 12-hour window when the start of the race is going to be. So it's whenever this guy wakes up and decides to blow the Kong, right? Kong?
Yeah, it's a Kong. It's a conch cell. Like he basically like it could, like Lewis said, it could be anywhere. Like at one point in the documentary, one guy was like, "Oh, I came last year," and he just decided to do it like at 3:00 in the morning. He just blew the shell, and everyone's like, "All right, we have 30 minutes to get ready now." It's like, what the hell? Like this guy just, whenever he's like, all right, yeah, sure. Now I feel like doing it right now. It could be 2:30 in the morning. It could be 8:00 in the morning. Like whatever he wants, basically. Honestly, watching this, it's cool, but I'm like, why would you ever put yourself through this? This sounds horrible.
Dude,
this sounds
horrible. Briar patches. There's one line that will always stay with me. Is somebody goes, dude, you look like you just came out of the Passion of the Christ.
Yes.
And I lost my shit laughing the first time I saw that.
So the briar patches, they go through like this like slope where it just has like these thorny like branches.
Briar patches, and there's no way around them.
There's no way around it. And dude, they legitimately look like they've been like cut up. Like they got into a fight with an animal, and this animal just destroyed and shredded their legs.
And it's not only their feet and legs; it's their arms, their body, their torso, everywhere.
Yeah, it's an entertaining documentary. I enjoyed it through and through. There weren't any moments where I was like, "Oh, this is boring." Just to say, after the documentary ended, I went and kind of researched the marathon. I wanted to learn more about it.
Yeah, you did.
And I like researched it, and it literally came up that like the marathon just happened for 2019, and then no one beat it this year. So most people
guys,
don't.
audience, the reason why we're not doing the movie that we originally intended was because the news of this run being this last weekend. I was like, oh my god, we have to watch this together, and it's on Amazon Prime. So I was like, yes, we got to do this.
Yeah. So I was just saying, most people like don't even finish the run. There are years where no one wins. Like
and there's 40 racers every year.
Is it 40?
And yeah, it's 40 racers every year. And the cool thing is that this guy doesn't just like choose randomly and request everybody to pay a fee or anything. You pay $1.75, and you have to bring whatever thing that he wants to do that year.
I remember.
So like one year he did shirts, like white shirts. Now he did flannels for the documentary, and everybody has to bring one of those.
If you're a virgin, you bring a license plate. So if it's your first time running,
which they collect.
He basically puts them all up. They basically hang from this like string and stuff like it's interesting to see like people that they kind of want to prove something to themselves.
Dude, it's intense what these
yeah,
people
like,
have to do.
dude, it's 120 or 130 miles in 60 hours, no sleep. They eat when they can. Honestly, I think I'd die. I think I would legitimately die.
I wouldn't be able to do not even one lap of that. So
Probably
like even
not.
the one that we consider the one that can't, that is like the fault in the wheels and stuff like that. It's like, dude, that man outpowered what I could do, because hell,
yeah.
if I could do that.
Dude, like, there's at one point, like, one of the guys takes his, like, shoes off.
Oh yeah,
my god, that was so gross.
And, like, his
like the wet feet.
yeah, his
Yes.
feet were so wet that they were cracked, and I was like, ugh, that looks disgusting, dude. Not like his feet were cracked because he was sweating, because they have to literally walk through like rivers and shit.
And the
creeks.
temperature change.
Yeah.
The temperature drops from like, what do you call it? I think there's, what was it, a 50-degree temperature change.
At one point, one of the guys was like, "It's warm." Like, they kept saying it's super warm today. It seems really grueling. I'm surprised that I never heard about this before watching this documentary.
Oh, it's so good. It's so underground though. Like, it's one of those races that, again, the guy doesn't announce his races anywhere. So it's kind of like this mosh posh of people from all over the world though, because they've come from India, they come from Europe, they come from all over to finish this race.
Wasn't there a German guy or something? No.
There was a German, there was a French, and there's
Yes.
an Australian guy in this documentary.
Yeah. Honestly, really, really fun documentary. Would totally
William,
recommend
what'd you
it.
think?
Yeah, William, you've been very quiet. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed it. It took me a little bit to get into it at first, but by about a quarter into it, I'm like, okay, now I really want to see. Like, I sat there and I was like, who's gonna win this? Because like I felt like there was, not knowing that there's not always a winner. I was like, I started picking who I thought was actually going to be able to finish it.
Okay.
I was wrong. He came in second.
Well, you're not wrong, because he beat the race 3 times.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, he didn't come in first.
No.
I
was trying to figure out, like, who would actually win it that year.
I don't give it. I wouldn't give a shit about coming in first or second, or I'd just be like, all right, cool, I finished the fucking race. Like,
dude,
and
that's the cool part. Like, that's the other thing, the teamwork in this film.
Yes.
Oh my God, the teamwork, that like the kind of sportsmanship that is this, because one of the things that the old man says is that everybody, like, as soon as they finish their lap and they quit, they don't just leave and dip off the campsite. They stick around and they become like a pit team.
Yeah, like a pit
for
team
the racers that are still in the team.
Yeah, like a cheerleading squad. Like, yo, you can do this kind of.
Yeah, it's so incredible.
The one that got me was the guy that finishes last, that he like barely finishes. I was like, please finish, because I was like, dear God in heaven, don't let this man get to this like finish line, and then the guy's like, psych, the time limit's up, and it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
But no, he does finish it in time.
Yeah.
What I think is funny is like what brought all of this on.
Oh yeah.
Which they talk about. So apparently the guy that killed Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. escaped at one point.
Yeah.
And he escaped for, however, it was like almost like a little over 2 days. It wasn't the 60 hours, but it was a little over the 2 days. And they found him less than like 48
7 miles. No, 7 miles.
Yeah, 7 miles.
7 miles.
So what happened was, this guy decided, he's like, oh, I'm going to do it to prove that if you have that much time that you can run, you can, go a lot further than like 7 miles. So this is like when people started writing letters, he was saying like, people wrote letters saying that I'm humanizing this guy. He's like, I'm doing it for the complete opposite. I'm doing it because I want to show the world that you can, you can go a lot further with the amount of time he had. If anything, I'm like making fun of him.
Yeah.
which I thought was like I thought it was funny.
I thought so too. I saw it as a comedic moment, and what he's doing, he really isn't in any way glorifying or anything for that matter with this guy at all. He was just using his story as a kind of like, look at this idiot. He only escaped 7 miles in this wilderness. Let's see how far we could go. This guy's a complete numbskull, you know? Anybody could do better than that.
Yeah.
It's kind of taunting the guy rather than anything else, like William said.
It's an interesting documentary. The entire documentary is one race, one of the marathons in the year. I think it was 2012, right? 2012 marathon.
Yes.
It's, the average length of a film, like an hour and 30 minutes. It goes by quickly.
It goes fast.
Yeah, it goes by quickly. It's very engrossing and entertaining. Definitely would recommend it. I give it like a solid 7.58, like around there.
Oh, this is a 9.5 for me.
God damn. William?
Yeah.
I'll give it a good 8. It was entertaining. It was funny. It was different than your usual documentary, and informative at the same time. So,
yes.
Yeah.
All right. So if you're curious to watch it, it is streaming on Amazon Prime. So Stay tuned after this quick little break, and we're going to come at you with the final segment of our show, the individual reviews.
Not live.
Not live. Never live. Alright guys, welcome back for the final segment of our show, the individual reviews, and Lewis is going to be going first this week.
Yes, I am excited about another movie it's kind of right up the alley of Barkley Marathon, and that is the movie's called Losing Sight of Shore. And this is another documentary of an adventure sports team that it is 4 women to traverse on a rowboat across the Pacific Ocean.
Man, you've been
from
really
San
into this
Francisco
documentaries lately, man.
Oh, I love documentaries. From San Francisco all the way to Australia, they row consecutively for 6 months on a rowboat, not powered by anything other than their own hands.
Fuck that!
This documentary is amazing with these 4 women, and the only time that they touch down on land is in Hawaii, and again in oh my god, I forgot the name of the other country, but it's below the equator. Anyways, it's the halfway point between the equator and Australia.
Ecuador?
So no, not Ecuador.
I like that. Ecuador?
That's in South America, numbskull.
Which is south of the equator, dumbass.
Yeah.
Geography is not your friend.
Shut the fuck up. You're the one that's...
And wind power's not a good thing because the wind doesn't blow all the time.
Huh? What?
Nothing.
So anyways, moving on. These 4 women, they traversed the Pacific Ocean, and it's honestly their whole voyage and everything that they have to do. So the whole trip revolves around them taking 2-hour shifts. So they go on to row for 2 hours, 2 of them, and then the other 2 switch off and rest, sleep, do whatever they need to do, duties around the actual canoe. And the canoe has 2 sleeping cabins on either end that they could duck in under, but that's about the extent of what they have living quarter wise. And they traverse the whole ocean sleeping on a little canoe, 4 women doing everything they need to do within that confined space, only touching down on land twice for 1 day each time. And it's just incredible seeing them do this, because they have to go through so many challenges between horrible choppy seas that you can imagine going through the middle of the ocean, middle of nowhere, with only your hands as the tools to move forward. And you gotta push hard, if you could imagine, to cross over the whole ocean in 6 months. And imagine only doing 2-hour shifts, 2 hours of sleeping, That's it. And you got to be awake and ready to go within 2 hours.
Sounds lit.
It is just an incredible feat that they did. And then on top of that, which I never knew this until I saw this documentary, was on the equator, there's this weird kind of, the reason the equator is the middle of where it is because there's two like jet streams, one that goes east, the other one that goes west. So it creates these like weird havoc storms and stuff like that right during like all year long. And then one side of the ocean is colder than the other because it's coming from a different direction, and then the other side is warm. So it creates this weird like mist in the middle of the ocean. And this is a whole length of almost I think it was like 150 or 200 miles that they have to traverse, that the sea is going against them, the wind is going against them, the ocean is all over the place. There's storms, there's electrical storms, there's these weird like temperature and pressure changes throughout, that even to one point where these women break down because it's that much of a like mind fuck, for a lack of a better word, on them. It takes them 2 months to go 100 miles because of how tough the ocean is. 2 months to traverse that. But once they traverse it, then it was like this like extra tropical climate, and it's just incredible the way that they make it back, and they barely make it to Australia, but they made it. At the end, they're just like, oh my god, let's just touch down already, let's go, let's get this done. But oh my god, it's one of those feats that it will definitely make you think like, wow, what am I doing with my life?
So, where's the streaming?
This one's on Netflix.
Netflix, and what was the name of it again? Sorry.
Losing Sight of Shore.
That sounds terrifying. I have a fear of the ocean. Fuck that.
Yeah. But there's some
baby.
beautiful ocean shots.
Oh no, I wouldn't doubt it. And then I think about what's underneath me, and I'm like, help me, please.
So they rode over 8,000 miles
Jesus.
during their 9 months at sea.
Oh my god.
That's just. And imagine being stuck. This is what I think of when I think of this. Not only the amount of physical pressure, but imagine being stuck within the confines of a canoe, a large canoe, but a canoe nonetheless, for 9 months, only 4 people, or 3 people rather, other than yourself. That will drive me nuts.
I can imagine that.
If I'm stuck with you two for 9 months, I will kill myself.
Dude, you hate being stuck with us for like 2 hours.
Can you imagine, like, just you guys would be bickering about what's better, Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter? I wouldn't be.
And they fucking look at you. You'd be there going, Star Wars, Star Wars. And then I wouldn't be Englishing
just
correct.
Rocking in your corner.
Yeah, just rocking my corner. I wouldn't be Englishing correctly. You know, it'd be a terrible time, man. It'd definitely be a terrible time. But hey.
Yeah. So yeah, this is definitely an 8 out of 10 for me. This is a really good documentary, and it keeps you interested, just like the Barkley Marathon. It's not as fun as the Barkley Marathon. That's why I didn't rate it as high, but it's definitely a very informative and very good kind of like, wow, this is what you could do if you put your mind to it.
Very nice. Very nice. So I'm going second.
You.
So I'm gonna be going back to the anime roots. So I recently got Hulu, thanks to Hulu and Spotify now becoming a thing together. And I noticed that they had this OVA, which OVA stands for Original Video Animation, meaning it is not a series on TV and it is not a movie in theaters. It's basically anime episodes that they release on video and people buy them that way. And they tend to have larger budgets than a show, but not as large as like a movie per se. So basically I saw on Hulu that they had Mobile Suit Gundam The Origin, which is a 6-episode OVA detailing basically the how long is it? Like it's 11 years before the original 1979 Mobile Suit Gundam series.
I
And
actually have that on DVD.
the OG series?
The OG series and the OVA as well.
Like Mobile Suit Gundam from 1979 and Origin? You have both of those?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
So you've seen both of them? Interesting.
Yep. I know.
Wow.
Look at that.
Oh, my man, looking into anime. I'm so proud of you. So, the Origin is based off of a manga or manga, however you tomato. I say manga. And basically it shows how Char Aznable from a child basically grows up around this the Principality of Zeon, and how he becomes the ace pilot for them, called the Red Comet.
Yeah.
It's really good. I think that the first 2 episodes are really slow. A little too slow. But once you get past those first 2 episodes and you get more into Char's like when he's like a teenager going more into his adult years,
I would say the first episode is slow. I wouldn't say
the second one is pretty slow. Once
Yeah.
the ball starts rolling, that like tensions are high between the Earth Federation and Zeon, that's when like it starts getting really interesting, and like when they declare war, and honestly, one of the most horrible things I've ever seen in any anime, when they drop the colony on Sydney, Australia.
Oh, yeah. Shit, that was awesome.
Yeah, so I like to see some.
Sorry, that was just really good though.
So basically, there's these colonies around Earth that habit millions of people, and Zeon basically uses nerve gas on the entire populace of this colony, kills everyone on the colony, puts thrusters on them, on the colony, and basically takes it out of its orbit and into Earth's orbit, and crashes it. They're supposed to be crashing it into the headquarters of the Earth Federation, right? But they miss, and instead it hits Sydney, Australia. And it totally...
That's a little bit of a miss. Just a little
bit of a miss, because they're going for somewhere like in South America. And
just a couple thousand miles, sure.
They totally miss. It hits Sydney, Australia, but in doing so, they completely fuck up Earth. They kill half of the population of Earth. The entire climate changes drastically, of course, because this massive thing just crashes into the planet. It's horrible. And it's done very well. Like honestly, it's... If you like Gundam and you like the Universal Century, this is awesome. And if you like Char, this shows you more about him and how he becomes the ruthless, cunning pilot that he is in the original Gundam show. It gives more backstory. The only thing I would say is that the first 2 episodes are slow, and I feel like this OVA would be better viewed after watching the original show. Even though this is a prequel,
Agreed.
This is definitely, you should watch the original, because there are a lot of characters that won't
it won't make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
and there is some backstory that you need to have before you.
There's characters from the original show that are in the OVA that basically they won't have an impact on you, and but if you've seen the show, you'll be like, oh, that's this person, and blah blah blah, and so forth and so forth. It's really cool. I hadn't seen Gundam in a while, and this kind of jump started me back. And I'm actually I just started Zeta Gundam, which is regarded as like the best Gundam ever. So I'm super excited. But yeah, I give this probably like an 8.5. Like, it was a really good OVA. It's a lot though. Every episode is like an hour, and the last 2 are like an hour and a half. So it's quite a decent time sink. But if you're a fan of Gundam, I think it's totally worth it, honestly. So yeah. Sorry.
Nice.
Yeah. William.
What do you give it?
I said 8.5.
I'll give it I wouldn't go that high. I'd probably give it like a 7, 6.5. 7.
Okay, I'm more of a fan of Gundam than you are. I know you like Wing and all that shit, but Wing is like looked very down upon by the Japanese. So yeah, whatever. Not to say like anything against you. I'm just saying, like, us Americans, since Wing was the first one, we kind of like hold it up at this high standard. And then the Japanese are like, yo, that's like a shit tier show in the Gundam franchise. But we're like, nah, bro, nostalgia. So, whatever.
Yeah.
William? Did you die, buddy?
But did you die? Well, I actually, ironically enough, for those listening, we did not discuss what we were going to review this week, and
Yeah.
as luck would have it, he has reviewed anime, which is what I'm going to be reviewing.
Yay!
Right, more anime.
Ah.
Except I'm going to review Knights of Zodiac or Saint Seiya, depending on
shit.
which one you are. Now, unfortunately, I don't have access to the original Saint Seiya, which is what I grew up on.
Yes.
And it was amazing for its time.
Yeah.
They released a new season on Netflix, which I did not find as good as the original. The violence is never a good thing. Obviously, you never want to, put it in front of kids. But because of the fact that it's a newer one, the violence and the attacks are definitely toned down a lot more.
A lot?
Wasn't the original like way bloodier and more violent?
Yeah, it was. It was extremely bloody.
Yeah, the original was definitely extremely bloody. But at least the animation was good, and also to a degree, the conversations that they had with each other were definitely they were good. They kept your attention. This one, the conversation was a little bit subpar. Also, what was really distracting was the fact that the dubbing and the closed captioning were completely different than from each other.
They usually are.
So if you missed something that they said and you're like, oh, let me read it real quick what it said, it made absolutely no sense. It's like, okay. It got to the point where I turned the closed captioning off because it was just pissing me off.
Yeah, if they don't. I'm the same way, William. If they don't match, I'm just like, what the hell? No, I'm taking this off.
Yeah,
I take off the dubbing, dude. I hate dubbing.
Okay, there's certain series that the dub is amazing. Like, for instance, not
Dragon Ball.
Not to derail. Yeah, Dragon Ball's great, but like Cowboy Bebop, the Japanese creator has literally said that the English dub is better than the Japanese dub. He's literally flat out said that. So there are shows that are good in English, but for the most part, yes, I do like to watch them in Japanese. Like, I guess Lewis does if he does watch anime in the very rare times.
I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z with the Japanese and the Japanese voices, and then having to read the subtitles. Remember the bootleg movies that we used to get?
Yeah, because Lewis and I would go
VHSs.
Yeah, Lewis and I would go to this rinky-dink shop here in Miami, and
Anime Hurricane,
which no longer exists. R.I.P. And they would sell. Mind you, this is early, late 90s.
98?
Late 90s, early 2000s. We were watching shit of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT that had never aired here in America, ever.
Yeah. I had GT already before Dragon Ball Z. Before they even started, the Cell Saga, I had GT
Same
already.
here. I would watch some of GT. So it was really cool, but I kind of... sorry to derail you, William.
No, it's fine.
Dragon Ball is one of the few shows that I can watch either in Japanese or in English. But most shows, I will either pick one or the other. If I originally watched it in Japanese, then I'm probably not going to like the English dub. If I first watched it in English, I'll probably like that more than the Japanese. I'm like that. But Dragon Ball Z is definitely the one that I can watch either or. I prefer it in English, but I can watch it in Japanese. Either way.
Oh, hell no.
See,
shut the fuck up, because Chris Sabat as Vegeta is amazing.
He does.
But he's amazing.
You have not heard Dragon Ball Z in a different language until you heard it in French.
Oh my god. I will. I'm gonna go.
Because that's the DBZ I grew up on.
I'm gonna go YouTube that after this. That's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna go YouTube French Dragon Ball Z just to hear them and
go listen. If you're able to track one down, see if you can get something from the Frieza saga, because it will blow you away how Freezer does not sound like Freezer in French. He sounds like late 20s, early 30s man. So when I heard it in English here, and he's got that, well,
Feminine
weaker
voice.
I'm like, the fuck is this? Like, and Goku sounds so girly.
I love.
in English
Well, the thing is,
compared to the French. I'm not taking anything away from anybody that does voice
the
acting.
thing is,
but-
William, I'm not. So, a little like history lesson. There are two American dubs of Dragon Ball Z. One is the Ocean dub, which is regarded as being fucking horrible. That's the one we got in the 90s. And then there's the Funimation dub, which is where Chris Sabat and Sean Schemmel are from. But the Ocean dub, the first one is where we got that meme. It's over 9,000, and then Vegeta like it's so cheesy that, oh my god, it's so bad. It's just horrible. So you might have heard that's.
Also, if you want to have a good listen, I don't know if you've heard it or not. Team 4-Star on YouTube.
Yes.
Dragon Ball Z abridged.
Yes, it's amazing.
Oh my god, it is, and they've released it now in seasons.
Yes.
So you don't have to like go and search every episode. It's like 2-3 hours. I think like season 3 is like 5 hours long.
It's so dumb. I love it.
But it's so great.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Vegeta alone is worth it.
You keep saying Freezer. It's Frieza, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's Frieza.
Frieza, cooler, fridge, whatever.
Someone's hungry.
Yo, King Cold.
I just
King
ate.
Cold, their daddy.
Cool.
Honestly,
Yeah.
we need to have a Dragon Ball Z podcast. I'd fucking.
Oh, that's.
Oh my god. So in.
But yeah,
So
go
in.
back to Knights of the Zodiac or Saint Seiya. Sorry.
Yes, that's what we were originally reviewing.
We've been derailing a lot of conversations today.
We really have. But hey, that's what we do, and it's cool.
Fine.
So, Saint Seiya was definitely good for nostalgia wise, because it's like I said, I grew up on anime that here has never even seen the light of day, unless you've gone to the you were saying, like the kind of stores that you guys did in Miami, which had like the bootleg. Whatever, the bootleg videos.
What the fuck was that?
It was definitely, like I said, for nostalgia wise, it definitely got my attention. Definitely not the best in the series, but it did its job. So, I hope that one day.
Hey, William, take the microphone out of your mouth.
It's not in my mouth. It's like.
It sounds like it's in your mouth, and you're like, "Mom."
This is my life now.
Sounded just like
Don't
that.
do that, please. Oh my god, that was so assaulting to the senses. So I liked Saint Seiya as a kid. I was not like super into it, but I did find I found it cool what I did read or watched whatever as a kid. But I guess you and Lewis have more of like a liking to it. Like you got more into it than I did.
Saint Seiya, I had one of my best friends in high school. Her brother was actually obsessed with this show, and he got me into it. I just sat down. Mind you, I'm not a big anime person, and I have friends that really worship the hell out of anime, and my cousin obviously does.
I don't worship it. I'm very sub-level when it comes to anime in the grand scheme of things, but that's like a conversation for another day.
Yeah, but anyways, and he was like, "Oh, sit down and watch this with me." I was like, it's anime though," and I was like, "Yeah, whatever, fine." I sat down and I freaking loved it. I was like, "Oh my god, this is awesome!" This like puts two favorite things of mine, mythology and like Dragon Ball Z. It just kind of
it's a battle
mushes those two together.
It's a battle manga. That's what that genre is called.
It's just great, and it's so fun. It has, and also it teaches you a lot of what do you call it, mythology, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that aspect of it.
Hey, now, Lewis, are you ready? I'm gonna give you the hardest of hard-ons that you'll ever have, and you're welcome.
Oh my god!
Right.
Imagine this.
I feel it coming already.
Anime and LOTR
already did it
together. What, anime?
Yeah.
No.
When did they?
Shut the fuck up.
No.
Do not say that animation
cartoon.
is anime, dude.
The Ralph Bakshi dude.
No,
those-
no, man.
No.
We're talking Japanese.
I'm talking full blown Japanese anime, like Gandalf taking off his cape, screaming, "You shall not pass!" And it goes into a full on battle anime with him and the Balrogs
Yes.
are falling down,
Yes.
Dragon Ball Z style, like just punching. No, that has not been made, and I will watch the shit out of LOTR if that ever gets made.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with William. Anime Lord of the Rings would be amazing. Anime Harry Potter would be pretty great too. Both of them would be pretty cool. Anything.
Not enough.
Anything in anime is pretty cool.
Not enough action in Harry Potter until later on, anyway, for like to really garner the anime that I have, like at least pictured in my head.
It'd be amazing, honestly. So, William, what do you give Saint Seiya? The new season of Saint Seiya?
I'd probably give it a good 7 out of 10.
7.
It was, like I said, entertaining. It did its job, but not like something that I'm gonna run back and hopefully wait for season 2.
Nice. Okay.
I haven't seen the new season, but original Saint Seiya, I would say 9 out of 10 for me.
God damn.
Oh, originally Saint Seiya is a whole different ball game. Whole different ball game. But this one that I
swear
watched,
to God,
is...
if anybody gets the entire collection of like original Saint Seiya for my cousin or William, I think they'd both bust a nut.
I actually just bought it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I did.
Right now, like legitimately, right this second.
Like legit, just now on eBay, I found the whole DVD collection, Japanese spoken and English subtitles, $39.99. It is mine.
There you go, William.
I know what I'm doing if I come down to Florida.
All right. So it is my turn, right, to pick the movie.
Yes, it is.
So we're gonna be doing Tidying Up with Marie Kondo. Fuck all y'all.
Oh, fuck
No, I'm
you.
kidding. We're not doing that. We're not doing
I was like, what is this?
It's it's a show on Netflix with the Japanese woman. It's like to tidy up your rooms and shit. Like people really like it. I've never seen it. Well, it's like a meme.
Kind of like Queer Eye for the Queer Eye,
straight
but
guy,
it's like...
Hey, Queer Eye is amazing.
Queer Eye is amazing. I watched an episode of
Dude,
it this weekend.
that show, I binged the shit out of that
You
show
told
in
us.
one night. I sat. Oh, dude.
You told us. No, so that was just a joke. I just wanted to see you guys' reactions. Williams was priceless. My cousin was just lost in the sauce.
He's like, so what is this thing we're talking about now?
So do you guys... these are completely polar opposite films. I'll let you choose. So do you guys want to do Animal House, or we could do Black Hawk Down? Polar opposites.
Wait, Black
Hawk
or
Down.
Black Hawk Down?
Black Hawk Down, dude. Not a porno.
Black Hawk Down all day, every
Black
day.
Hawk-
My
Yep,
favorite
same.
war movie ever.
Okay, so... Wait, did you say that's your favorite war movie ever?
It's my favorite war movie
Oh,
ever.
no, that...
Fuck that. Full Metal Jacket.
Fucking Saving Private Ryan for me. Alright, guys. So, for next week, we're going to be reviewing...
Funny thing is, your two could be made into porno names pretty easily.
Yes, they can. Alright, so we're going to be reviewing Black Hawk Down, which is streaming on Netflix. Alright, guys, if you enjoyed our show, remember to catch our other stuff, like Manbites Retro. I've been on the last 2 episodes. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! Even though one of them is not working, but my cousin's probably going to fix that. Yeah, a little behind the scenes.
Yes.
The latest episode is 28 Days Later, which it's just my cousin and myself. It was a lot of fun. I really liked that movie. Go check it out. Also, check out our friend Nisha at Diversely Geek, and also Doctor Who in Review, another podcast, and also John on Narcotic Casserole on YouTube. As always, thank you, William. I love how I sound like a robot.
You are most... Thank you, William,
Thank you.
for joining
Thank
us
you.
this week. You have been most gracious
Exterminate!
host.
Sorry, I'm just going to become a fucking Dalek. So thank you, William. I know you said thank you, but I'm going to say it again.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Lewis.
Most thank you.
What are you, like Bill and Ted's? Are we going back to that?
That's right.
As-
Going back in time.
Back in time. As always, I'm Brendan, and we will see you guys on the next episode of Manbitesfilm.
Hulu.
Saiya.
Later.
By the way, WrestleMania this weekend.
Fuck that.